Hi and welcome, Larry's Computer Class. Good to have you back again. Today we're going to talk about meta tags on the top of your web page. Beginning of every web page you create, you have to have your meta tags. And what these are is I have a copy of what I have on mine. And this document here, all of this writing has to go on the top of every single web page you have. If it's an HTML tag, an HTML page, you have your HTML tag here, your header, your title, and then when you come down here to your body, you can just continue with your HTML code. If it's a PHP page where you just have PHP code on it, you do the same thing. You can leave all of this the same: HTML header, title, all your meta tags, your body, and then when you come down here, if it's a PHP tag, you're just going to go to your opening PHP tags down here. You'll have your and then down here you'll have your closing PHP tag, your closing body tag, and your closing HTML tag. And that's how your pages will be set up. If it's PHP, you add these codes, you open with your PHP code between them. If it's just an HTML code, then you just don't have to do anything. You don't have to put in here. Just go to your body and add your codes. Now, your meta tags, these are very important if you want your website to be searched by Google, Yahoo, Bing, Ask.com. If you want any of them to search your web page so people can find it, you have to be very precise about how you do these meta tags. Very basically, doc, this has to be there for your web page to know what kind of document it is. HTML, it's just saying it's an HTML page. Your header, your title. Regactivate 2 is the name of the title I copied. This could be whatever the name of the page is. Meta tag name. This is for Google Analytics. If you use Google Analytics, I can show you how to set that up. Very simple. But this is the code they give you to put in here so that it can find your site. You got your content. This is the code, this whole thing, and everyone's different. Every web page has a different code so the analytic can find you, and it tells you who's been on your web page, where they're from, how long they were on it, how many page views they visited. Page views, I'll get into that. I'll show you how to do the Google Analytic in the next video. Page views is if they click on your website, www.larryscomputerclass.com, they come up to your main page. If they click on any links, like contact me, help, anything they click on, that's a separate page view. Every time they click on something different and go to a different page, that's a page view. So your first page is one page view. If they click on one thing, that's going to be 2 page views. If they click on another thing, that's going to be 3 page views, so on and so forth. So that's Google Analytic. We'll get into that in the next video. Script type. This is something you may or may not use. This is if you use Java. If you're going to use any Java code, which we'll get into that a little bit later. A few videos down the line, we'll get into Java. JavaScript is just another code like PHP. JavaScript does kind of fancy things like pop-up windows and things like that. That you may not use or may use. Meta equivalent content type, text and HTML, and char set. This is for your language. UTF-8 I believe covers all languages, so if you're using just English or you're using multiple languages, you can still use this same code. So you want this in here. That tells the browser what language you're in. Up here it also tells it that it's in English. EN means English. And then this is version HTML version 4.01. There is a newer version. I think it's 5.0 or 5.01, but that version is not compatible with all browsers yet. So stick to the 4.01. You can just copy this code if you want. And then what else we have? Keywords, contents. These are what they call tags. Easy computer video tutorials, easy computer tutorials, web page designing, beginner computer classes. All these are codes under your tags or your content, keywords or tags. depending on where you're going to. These are keywords that when someone goes to Google, they type in easy computer classes, they hit enter, and as you can see, easy computer classes, it brings up a list, and you should be on that list somewhere. So whatever people are going to type in here for keywords, you want 1 or 2 or no more than 3 word phrases in your tags, because that's what people are going to type in. Someone types in beginner computer classes, so on and so forth. Give you an idea. Whatever they're going to type in here is what you want to use for your tags. Right here, we'll use keywords. Learning computers, computer questions, web page design, learning computers, stuff like that you want to put in your tags. And then your end brackets, your name, your description, contents, want to learn computers, easy to follow computer video classes, beginner, basic computer skills, and settings. What this is going to do, your description, when you go to a web page, right here where it says free computer courses and tutorials from home and learning, this is going to be whatever you put in your description. Whatever the description says is what it's going to say on the web page. And there you go. That's that. Intermediate students, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint. This is all. This could actually be on one line. I don't know why it's on different lines like that. This is all the same. Description's all on one line. And then you want down here your next meta tag, meta name, author, contents equals, and then just put your name or your website or company name if you have a company, anything like that. And then these are important. Meta name robots. Robots are what the search engines use. Google, Bing, Ask.com, Yahoo. They all use robots, what they call robots. It's actually a program they use that searches the internet and it indexes your web page. What they do is they'll go to your host, which I have 000.webhost.com. What they'll do is they'll go to my host, put in my web address, www.larryscomputerclass.com, and they'll request your files. And then what they do is the robots will go through your files and they'll index them. They'll read all your meta codes. They'll get your descriptions, your keywords. They'll get your description, and they'll index it in their main computer. Google will index it in its main computer, so that when someone puts in one of these keywords, it brings up your web page. Now, some pages you're not going to want the robots to index. If you want them to index them, means you want them to be visible here for beginner classes. So you're going to have some files that you want indexed and some files you don't want indexed, like your main index page. Let's see, let me just go to this one, the web page we're working on for students, our index page. When you go to this one and open it with Notepad, you want your meta tags. These aren't complete, we're just doing a partial demonstration here, but you want your meta tags, all these meta tags complete on the top, and you want it here to say robot contents. You want this to say index. There's no index and no follow. Those are for pages like if you have a PHP script that you don't want people to have access to, you don't want it to show up under search engines. Say you have a login or a registration form that you have here under PHP. You don't want people to have access to that, so you're going to put no index, no follow, and that will tell the robot, the program, not to post that on the internet. So your index page, which you want on the internet, you want people to be able to go to it, you're going to put indexed and follow. That way the robot knows it's going to index that in its computer, and it's going to set it up so that people can have access to that index page. You can also have no index and follow. You can have index and no follow. But the main ones you're going to use is no index, no follow if it's a page you don't want on the internet, or you're going to have indexed or follow. And so these are your two choices there. If you want it to be followed, you put just index and follow. If you don't want it to be followed, you put no index, no follow. And then here, this is just a link to our style sheet. If you're using HTML or PHP with style sheet, actually it'd be HTML. PHP wouldn't use a style sheet. You have an HTML file, such as our index file. We have our style sheet, which links. This is actually the style sheet here. This is for styling your HTML index page. So you'd have that code. And then this Java code that's up here, you could put them anywhere you want. The order of these isn't really relevant. It's just what you want to do is you just want to be consistent. Whatever you do on your first page, you want to do on the rest of your pages. So you want your Java and stuff like that. You want JavaScript, Java, Perl, anything like that. Any programs you're going to use, you have to have up here. And then actually we're missing one thing here. After all this, we're going to have our end head tags. And that all goes in your header, all your meta tags. Everything that's on here should be on every page of your website. The only thing that's going to be different is your keywords and your description. So say this is your index page, your main index page that everyone goes to start from. You're going to want all of this on there. Then say you have another page that's called what else would it be called? You could have your contact me .html for, say you have a contact page where you have a reference to an email or something like that. Or actually, you know what? You say this is my blog. So what you want to do is you want to change this to have keywords that match whatever your blog is. If it's a separate blog, you can put in whatever you're talking about, whatever the subjects are, add in your keywords. And then down here, say you have in here something specific like, say you just have in here PHP codes. You're talking about PHP codes. You would just put in a brief description of that specific page. So that's the only thing that would change, would be your meta tags, your keywords, and your description. These would change for each page. The rest would all stay the same. This Google verification has to be on every page. This has to be on every page. You want your header, HTML head, your title. This has to be on every page. And this stuff down here has to be on every page. And then you have to decide if it's your blog, you want the internet to be able to post it. So this would say indexed and follow. Very simple. So that's it. That's your meta tags. Your meta tags are very important. You're going to make sure you have these all correct. Otherwise, you won't get indexed right, and you won't appear on the web pages, the search engines correct. That's it. Very simple. End of our meta tags. I'll see you in the next video.